Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome to EA Sports College Football 26. I picked up a PS5 just to get into this game. I've been waiting for this one for a long time. In fact, I was waiting for the last edition, but I didn't have a PS5. I finally said, hey, it's time. Let's do this thing. And here's why. Well, for one, I grew up with college football from EA Sports. Back in the early 2K editions, I played a ton of it. As a student at University of Oregon, I played a ton of it while I was there as a student. After graduating, I still played it some, but then the game went away for over a decade. I played one half of Exhibition to familiarize myself. If you're familiar with the channel, though, you know that I love a challenge. And I will make it as hard as I can for myself. And so we are going to take a dynasty from the bottom. I'm not going to take my Ducks. I love my Ducks. And no, they have not won a championship yet, but we've played in multiple championship games. We've been in the playoff plenty of times. It's a very, very good program. Very capable of getting that championship at any stage in the near future. That's too easy. We've got to take the road from the bottom to the top. Real quick, a few settings. I'm going to turn coach firing off. We're going to stay with the program throughout. That's the purpose. I'm not moving to other programs. We're going to turn progression to slower. We're going to turn auto progression on. I think that's more realistic, more natural than myself taking the points and making the players better. I also can see how you could kind of game the system that way. So we don't want to game the system. Hopefully this is changeable later. For now, we're going to go with 5-minute quarters. Max transfers set at 20, which is a high number for a program. That's going to be a 1-star prestige program. We're going to lose a lot of players every season. Transfer chance at 55. Auto recruiting off. Auto progress, turn it on. And coach auto progression off. I love to start from the literal bottom and 0-star, less than 1-star programs. There's 2 half-star programs in the entire nation. Kent State, who start with a 64 overall. They're both in the Mid-American Conference in the MAC, or the Akron Zips. So we're going to take on the Akron Zips. 3 primary backstories, of course. As you progress, there's a lot of crossover. I understand that recruiter is going to be complicated if I try to take that route. Now, tactician makes absolutely no sense for a program of our stature. We've got to be able to recruit players. The motivator helps with progression, and then you can spend points early to develop as a recruiter and help build a better program. So we're going to go with the motivator backstory. This is the most me I can find for the coach setup. The only difference being the shaved head, and that's the normal headwear. So, yeah, this is how I look on the sideline generally, and I've been on the sideline plenty. I coach 4 sports. All right, so historically, we've got an Akron team that back in 2018 won 4 games. They had 2 or less in the subsequent 5-year run until last year, managing to go 4-8, but still half-star program. Our goal, to win 5 games somewhere in the next 4 seasons. I've seen and heard that College Football 25 was much too easy in so many respects, but they've really stretched out the development stage, and so having a weak program, it could take us many years to make the progress that we need. We're not going to be competing for national championships anytime soon. Just to get into the recruiter phase, we're going to need to be a level 10 coach before we can even do that. Obviously still level 1 right now, so talent developer is going to be another place where we really want to invest in. But I have just 10 coach points to start out, and we've got things like quarterbacks reaching potential, running backs reaching potential, wide receivers, offensive line, which could be a huge boost for us. Impacts a lot more guys. So I think I'm going to start right there. Having a good offensive line is key to a lot of what you could potentially do. So we're going to get blocking level 1. So as I jump into recruiting for the first time, first off, we have the availability of 35 target spots, and we can offer scholarships to 35 players. We have 375 hours worth of time to give and commit. That's our currency for recruitment. Now, we have needs, but realistically, I think what I want to target early on with this is we don't want to swing for the fences. We're not gonna go for any 4-star kind of guys in this first season and go all in. Yeah, we might succeed and get 1 or 2 guys. But what is 1 or 2 key players going to do for us? They're going to come out and get straight into the starting lineup, and they'll be a big-time player for us next year, but it's 2 guys. How much progress, how much helping can they give the team? And then they're going to want to transfer out. So I'm going to be aiming for a lot of 3-star guys and then fill that out with 2 stars as needed and try to avoid those weaker ones. So I'm going to see if we can get after a guy such as this who's in the pipeline, who has a decent rating. We'll see if there's any interest. One of the big differences, it's what's going on right here behind the face cam, is deal breakers. Things that they absolutely will not sign over. So there's guys like this, Yates. His deal breaker is conference prestige. Our conference, D+. His need, C+ or higher. So we won't be able to go after that 4-star guy. So one thing I'm keying in on, the bottom few motivations of players. The last few are hidden behind the face cam, but they are playing time, pro potential, program tradition, proximity to home, and stadium atmosphere. And you can see from this current guy that at the very, very edge where the face cam comes in is playing time, and that's an A+. He cares a lot about it. And in the bottom few, the other A+, proximity to home. And that's what I'm watching right now, is I'm looking for guys that want to play close to home and are from Ohio, because Akron is in Ohio, and so we want to hit that hard. That's a good motivating factor. So I'm going to offer scholarships to any of the guys on my list of targets that care about that one and happen to be from here. So I'm kind of using that as my first motivator to get after on my set of recruits. Now this week I can't do much when it comes to recruitment. This is more about establishing who we're going to go after. I seem to have done pretty well isolating a list of talents that, we might have a shot at. Now, if other schools from Ohio go after them, bigger programs, like, say, the Ohio State, as an example, we have no chance. But if they ignore these guys, and people halfway across the country are going for them, we can outpitch those groups. So we'll see if this strategy pays off. That's 21 scholarships offered out. Now, as they head elsewhere, it'll free up some scholarships, but we only have the 35 to use, so there's only so many guys we can get after. I am going to take some 2-star options in that, knowing that we need to get something, and we just went to number 1 on Wakefield's list. In fact, he verbally committed instantly. We just got an instant verbal commit for a free safety. 2-star. Okay. First school update. Preseason rankings have us 134th out of 135 programs. Delaware, the only one behind us. As a championship contender, we have an F rating. We have 13 players at risk for leaving the program because of just how poor the program is. We have 7 players in risk of transfer because of pro potential. We have 11 players at risk of leaving because of brand exposure. We have 13 players at risk because of conference prestige. Our conference being the lowest prestige conference out there. On the brand exposure part, we are 101st amongst programs as a D. Playing style only affecting 6 players. There's only risk of transfer from a small set. And playing time, there's only a couple players at risk. That's a lot of players at risk of leaving, and of course we can lose up to 20, and it looks like we could easily lose that 20 at the end of this year. We've already been locked out of 5 schools that jumped into a top 8 scenario. I tried to eliminate those, potential ones, but it happened a little faster than I thought it would, probably from offers coming in, pushing them into that next level. Yeah, all of these schools just barely make it into that level. But 2 others did jump to that level, 2-star programs, and we are in their finalist list. Confirmation that getting locked out is not going to rule us out. Those that have locked us out, those scholarships are getting freed up. I've already realized is the grade, that A+ that we're looking at, and that playing time big bonus, that's not necessarily what the player wants. That's our grade. And so it is going to take finding that mix. And so this is where we get into those actions to see if we can figure out what it is that these players are going to care about. So we're going to have to make a big effort on these guys in this first week of recruitment. And locked out of four more guys, all 3 stars. My number of 3 stars that I'm getting any sort of chance at, that list is dwindling pretty quickly, and then I'll bring in the 2-star guys and kind of get after them. But if there's any 3 stars we can get, that'll be pretty big for the program. And it looks like you can make pretty solid jumps pretty quickly getting after the right guys. Malecki is somebody we've gotten after pretty quickly. We spent 40 hours on him, but we only get 5 hours for this week. What the heck? Oh, it locks it. Oh, I see. It keeps things going unless you change it. Now, this is going to be a series that's going to take a long time. We're going to require years to progress. I will not be playing every game. I'll sim plenty. I won't play all of this game even. Looks like we got a grass field on one side. In fact, really, it's only kind of a two-sided... Only a two-sided stadium. Blocking is going to be a problem for us, I can see. Nice big hole there, and it closed up very, very quick. 1 pass option, open things up. We'll see how we can do with this. Like the blocking. Oh! It handed it off. I was going for the throw. Not sure how to do those run pass options. That was still a very new thing when I was just getting started here. A lot of RPOs. Oh, again, it's handing it off before... Okay, I gotta learn how to get through this. This is all RPO. That's the coach suggestions, of course, and I don't have to go with coach suggestion. Take a regular passing option on 3rd and very long, I think is better. I hit the wrong button. I did have a receiver going up the sideline wide open. But we are going to have to punt here. 4th and 8. At least we did get a pass completion and advanced it a little bit. On defense, I'd definitely like to take the D-line. A very loud crowd here as we get going on our first play and halt them 2 yards. Good open field tackle there for a loss. That's a 1-yard loss on that play. Wyoming's average is a 69. We are a 61. So they are definitely favorites, but we're at home. So, you know, there could be a chance. Definitely break out of that one, but not able, just as I'm about to dive for it, alignment on the opposite side gets a hand on me and holds me up. So I flush the quarterback out of the pocket, but then he's able to use his legs to get the yardage he needed. Third and 7. Pretty good so far, realistically, on defense here. Intercepted! Nice return, too. That was really just quarterback error. I didn't think we had any pressure on him. Underthrew it. The pocket was definitely collapsing, but he wasn't under that much pressure yet. Oh, that was not the guy I thought I was. That was the guy on the vertical. Yeah, that was my bad. It's going to take me some practice. It's been a decade since I've played. Adding to that challenge, right? Pocket's doing well. Nope. Pocket collapsed. One guy came through. Now at this point, we're going to look to just get back into field goal position after losing 10 on that. That's a 36, so that's a 50-something yard or 53-yard field goal with a weak kicker. Let's go for it. How much left do we need to go? Just a bit. Not very good. Not very good. And a half of one game I played, I did make a field goal, but it was a much easier one than that, with a much better kicker than that. That wasn't even close. I had to go for max distance, and I hit right at the max distance, which led to a less accurate kick, and that was quite the distance we had to cover for that one. Well, I forced him back into the pocket, which led to multiple tacklers being there. Oh. Went for the running back. Quarterback ended up hanging on to it. But it is 3rd and 4. Liking that we're really holding their running back. That was his biggest gain of the day. Yay! Hey, I made the tackle myself. Hold them to 2 yards there. So able to slip off that block and get him. Not allow him to turn that corner. Oof. And if we were able to push him back, that was a much bigger tight end on a smaller either safety or DB there. He was able to drag me for a couple of yards, otherwise it would be a 3rd and a very manageable 5, but at 3rd and 3, this is going to be tough. Oh! He broke it. He broke the tackle to get the first. We had him. End of the first, still 0-0. Getting a lot of missed tackles here recently, but we are getting to them. They are not getting any open ground. That was negative yardage on that play. And that's a sack from me. Getting in to the quarterback, setting up a 4th and 14, backing him well up on this play. If they're going to go for a field goal, it's a much longer one now. Didn't know Woody was our mascot. Ooh, I almost blocked that. But that's 3 for Wyoming. Oh, took me too long to find. I hiked it, but couldn't get it off in time. Hey, it's our first forward progress. 7 yards on that one. Oof. They had way too many guys coming at us there. No gain on that one. Oh. I'm very much used to a different controller that I use for my PC. That's not a PS5 controller. And I've thrown to the wrong player, the wrong X, many times here. Oh, no blocker. No blocker. He's way too slow getting there. Oh, gosh, I tried to release that quick and still couldn't get it off. No blocking. No blocking. really good play, but not quite enough for the first on that long third down play. Do we want to go for it? 3 yards. I know we're probably not going to do very well with that. Just take a regular punt. What's my yardage like? I don't see what it's like. Let's let that clock run though, so they don't have time. I'm going to sky kick this. Not quite enough distance on that one. The sky kick took a lot off of it, a lot more than I anticipated, but we're down to just over a minute left in the first half. If we can hold them to 3-0, that's not bad.
Just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. Anderson will throw quickly out to the tight end. Second down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the wideout.
Oh, nice job on the corner. Stop the catch on that one. Uh-oh. Oh. I didn't see that I was supposed to be in coverage. Pulled myself right out of it and left the guy wide open, which led to the first down. That's 100% my error.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Well behind the sticks on second down. It's complete to the right.
I couldn't hold on to him. I was 1 second away from making a sack. Would have been our second of the day. 24 seconds left. 1 timeout left, and they're getting into that field position, kind of zone. 19 seconds left. Looks like they're in field goal range now. Just about, yeah. 48-yarder. Looks like they're going to take one more shot at things here and then line up for a field goal. Clock's running. Oh, clock runs out. Clock runs out. They took too long to get that play off. He stayed in bounds instead of running it out. And we get to halftime. Offense that started really slow and started to get the ball moving a little bit. Defense that's hung in there. Kept us in the game. And a little luck there before halftime to keep it at just a field goal. Oh, under hit. Under hit just a little bit. That's going to force the return. But good tackle there in open field. It worked out pretty well. Nice. Well, I didn't finish that tackle, but I was the one who got the body on him. Somebody else grabbed him out of my hands and pulled him back. I have no idea how he was able to keep that one and keep that foot in bounds. It's like he had a little more room than I thought. I have to start watching. We do have auto subs on, but yeah, they're fine. Good blitz call there. Worked out. 3rd and 6. We'll bring that strong safety in. Looks like our best player too. Tight end's open. They had 3 guys open. Again, they go back to that same play, and it keeps working for them. Hey, I changed up the play, and it worked. 4th and 3. We got the stop. And it just backed them up enough that they opted for the punt. Punt that one out of bounds. He was too committed towards going for the tackle. I wanted him to go through the hole between the center and the guard. That was the play I wanted, and it worked. But 3rd and 3. Still work to do to get a first down. Nope. Blockers just couldn't get us enough. Oh, we got enough. That was a first down. That was a first down. Yay! Hey, we're getting somewhere. I finally threw it to the right. X. Had to concentrate on that. Little quick slants works. Just had to get under his man is all. Nice first. Moving the sticks. Oh, not a very good throw. Forced the spin. He had so much space out there. The reaction from the linebacker came way too late, but because of the spin, it pulled him off the line and took the space away, and we end up only gaining a yard. Should have easily been 6 to 8 yards. Hey, we got blocking! We got a touchdown! Our first. Seven 3. 9 plays, 82 yards. There we go. Much better kick this time. Well into the end zone. He's going to run it out. Nobody got open, but we couldn't get any pressure on him either. And for a second time today, we flush him out of the pocket for a big gain. We've been good down that sideline today. That's been the hardest spot for us to stop them. Fourth quarter. Oh. Second and 3. They are advancing right now. Oh. You got me there. You got me there. That fake handoff worked well. Not that time. Not really a sack, but they're gonna punt. It's tackle for a loss. It was the quarterback, but that was clearly a run play. Yeah, we got 4 minutes. 4 minutes to hang on to this thing. 2 yards is all we could get on that one. Looking for the under route here. Or the tight end down the middle. Getting to the inside of his man. Great throw there. Moves the sticks. Guy probably ran that a little faster than I wanted to, too. I need to start worrying about that clock. 7 yards on first. All timeouts remain for both teams. And we are working that clock. Well, symbol line catching my attention over there on the right-hand side. There we go. Oh, didn't quite get the first. 3rd and 1. And there's a timeout from Wyoming. Got to get out there. Got to get out there. How do I call timeout? How do I call timeout? Like that. Quarterback power. Okay. Ooh, got the first. That was close. Came back to the inside and it worked. 1 timeout left for Wyoming now. And it's a first down. Just over 2 minutes remain. Clock stopped for the moment. It'll be running now. Big hole. That's the last timeout for Wyoming. They are out with just 2 minutes left. Lost that block right away there. 2-minute warning. We're close enough to kick a field goal, too. Oh, slipped off the blocker, and it auto sidestepped, which gave the guy behind a chance to catch up. Ooh, speed option. How do I think X is the pitch one? No, it'll pitch on him. No. How's that going to work? Let's not screw this up. The hole was very much there in the middle. It's 4th and 8. 40-yard field goal to put this thing away. Well, almost put it away. Accuracy and power 73 for this kicker. I like that it shows that. Inside a minute. Whoa! That thing climbed fast. I let go very early. We dinged it off the post and did not put this game away. Pressure cooker moment was not what I expected. It's moved much slower in the past. This time it moved very quick. I released very early. It was not early enough. 38 seconds left. Defense is going to have to finish the game off. They were going to have to finish it off anyway, but now a touchdown would be the end for us. That was a missed opportunity. 35 seconds left, 2nd and 10. I have 2 timeouts remaining. He's going deep. And he's got it. Second and 10. Field goal won't do it. They have to get in the end zone. My missed field goal could be the game. 24 seconds. Oh, wide open. Oh! No, no, no. 1st and goal. They have no timeouts. No timeouts. What are we going to do? Cover 3 match? Oh, no. Hot 3 blitz. 13 seconds left. Have I given away our first game? Dropped it. 11 seconds. 3rd and goal.
Things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot. That's why
4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2, 1. That's game. We win. We win. Wow, back up against it. That tackle was huge. They had no timeouts. That was a big mistake from the quarterback to throw that ball. 1-0. All right, folks, we've got to win, so we're not going to go winless this season. We've got work to do. As I get better, I'm going to turn up towards the highest game difficulty as well. That wasn't as hard as it could be. That was ugly, but we do get a win in the season opener. We've already gotten 1 win in recruiting, but it was only a 2-star player. But we're in play for a handful of 3-star guys, so there's a good chance that we could be recruiting some decent talent, but we're going to have to be very active. And like I said, we're going to sim most of the games as we go through the season. So that's going to do it for this first episode. Please take a moment. It really makes a huge difference in the algorithm, and as I've not played this title before, it's new to the channel, so I could really use that boost. Take a moment, click that like button, and leave a comment. Do we have any hope of bringing Akron up into a championship contending football program? Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.